morning, everyone. This is Kelly with Inspiring Women on a Mission, and today we've decided to do something a little outside the box. And I'm here with my friend Nicole from Little Engine Wines. Or winery? Is it wines or wines?
Wines.
Yeah, Little Engine Wines. And we're going to be talking to her about her journey and what brought her and her family here to our lovely Okanagan area, and the craziness of starting an entirely new business that they were never involved in before. So, Nicole, you can say hello to all of our viewers out there. So anyway, so what I want to know is what drove you? We got sounds going on. What drove you to make this kind of crazy transition? You were a school teacher before.
Yeah, I was an elementary school teacher, and I was at home a while with my boys. Mm-hmm. And then for a while, I was supporting Steve, my husband's kind of entrepreneurial ventures. Mm-hmm. And so before we left, I was kind of thrown into some things that I was not, that weren't my strengths, mm-hmm. but I had to jump in with 2 feet and do it. And I guess the same thing mm-hmm. happened here.
Yeah, that's a big transition too, going from, because you moved from Alberta.
Moved from Alberta, yeah.
And
lived there for 23 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And come to a new community. Do you know people here, or you just have to?
Yeah.
You just
kind of jump in, and but it's been great. It's been great for the boys, and yeah, it's just a nice. I mean, they've had a feel of big city, mm-hmm. and now small city,
and kind of like. A little bit like Green Acres. You've moved from a big city in a more urban setting, and now you're out here in the beautiful Okanagan. You're growing grapes. I mean, that's a huge transition to more of an agricultural type of life. Did you ever work on a farm or anything like that?
Never. No, and the way Steve and I have always described it is figuring out what you're capable of, uh-huh. and knowing where your strengths are, and that's what you do. Uh-huh. And then we've hired people for the things that we know are not our strengths. Like, for instance, our winemaker. Mm-hmm. We've hired who we feel is the best winemaker. I always say, if Steve and I made the wine, it would be horrible. Right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's knowing where your strengths are and where they're not.
Right. That's absolutely so true in almost anything. So now I want to ask you about where you came up with this name. So the name is Little Engine Wines, or Little Engine Winery, and I think you've got a really intriguing story about how you came up with that.
Well, I think it's a story that a lot of people can relate to. In that many people in your life tell you can't do something. Mm-hmm. And
told that numerous times.
Yeah, and we've been told, my husband in particular has been told many times he can't do things. Mm-hmm. And he's very tenacious, and we don't say can't, we say can. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how we came up with the name, the Little Engine, as in the little engine that could. Mm-hmm. And
And the logo.
The logo, yeah.
I love the logo.
Yeah.
It's a ladder with like the stars.
Yeah, the stars and the moon, and reaching for the stars and the moon and whatever it takes to get there. Yeah. So doing what you have to do to achieve your goal.
Right. You know, I think that's why I found that extremely inspiring when you were explaining this. I know we've had many conversations before the winery even opened about what it was, and I remember trying to describe this to other people, and I'd say, I think it's about this, I think it's about that. But when it all came together, it's like, wow, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And even on if you ever come here and buy their wines, which are absolutely delicious, I highly recommend it. On their corks, they've got a little message on the cork, which is really cool. Because I just gave some of your wine as a gift to some friends of ours that just got married, and I said, make sure you look at the cork when you take it out. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of a
and on our cork, it's dreams don't come true, dreams are made true. Mm-hmm. Because anything worthwhile in life, it takes a lot of work, and it's not easy.
Yeah, not easy at all. So believing in yourself, believing in your own dream, like having that dream, but then putting that dream into action, I think is such a key thing. But hey, it works, and that's what life is all about, is taking those risks. And I like what you told me earlier before we were on camera about how you support the crazy.
Yeah,
So talk
support
a
the
little bit
crazy.
about Steve
Yeah.
and his entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, well, Steve is the type of person, he's always, I don't know, he just doesn't take no for an answer. He just doesn't take no for an answer. If he wants to do something, he's going to do it. And he's the type of person, he can do anything. Like,
That's awesome.
he can, like, I don't know, he's just always, he gets very, he's very hands-on. And if there's an obstacle, for instance, when we were building this, if we couldn't get a tile setter to do the bathroom on a certain day, then he went and did it. He said, okay, I'm going to lay the tile. So he does, because if not, you would fall behind on your build. Right? Because this build took 3 months. From it started at the beginning of March, and we were done by the beginning of June, to allow us to be open for, the
summer.
season,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, so when I say I support the crazy, he's an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs,
Well, they don't take no for an
they
answer.
don't take no for an answer.
find
They
it.
have that element of
Finding a way.
crazy.
Yeah,
They're
finding a
going to
way.
figure out how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's
where there's a
awesome.
will, there's a way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So I think that's a little bit of our message today, that, talking with Nicole and I know their family, the boys and everything, is, following those dreams. Like, don't just dream them, make a plan and do it, because, this is a beautiful, really a beautiful building, a beautiful piece of property. To have this idea and then put it into action. And so that's our message for this week is, follow your dreams, make a plan, you can make it happen. And, that's what life's all about. It's an adventure. It's supporting the crazy, like you just
Supporting the
said.
crazy.
Yeah, so go out there and support the crazy. So for today, it's Kelly with Inspiring Women on a Mission, and we thank you so much for tuning in. So leave some comments on our Facebook page. Let us know how you support the crazy in your own life. Signing off for now.